What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another LEGO YouTube video. Today we are taking one final look at the LEGO collection before it kind of changes in a major way next month in August. So I kind of want to use this video as an opportunity to really look back at everything as it is in its most finished state, and I'm really looking forward to showing everything off that has changed. And today we'll be joined by my cat Ruby, who is just chilling on the Millennium Falcon rug. So let's just go ahead and get started. There wasn't a lot of change this month, but definitely a little bit. I feel like the main point of this video though is to just have a most recent documentation of the LEGO collection before we take sets out of it to move to my new apartment. So this is the final tour in this room, and I'm really excited to go ahead and show it off in its mostly finished state. There's really not a lot more that I want to add to this collection. It's very much complete here. There's a few things here and there that have changed, and some things I want to add, but it's mostly complete. And the first thing we'll take a look at is the LEGO Marvel City, and on the very end over here we of course have the Avengers Tower set, which is the biggest out of the modular buildings for the kind of Marvel sub-theme of modular buildings. And then we've also got that next to the Pet Shop Townhouse kind of modular, and then we've also got the Daily Bugle and the Sanctum Sanctorum Showdown. So some really cool sets over here. I think this is a very fun display and definitely one of my favorites that catches my eye a lot. And then this is accompanied by, on the shelf above it, by my just regular LEGO Creator Expert modular buildings. These are none of the licensed ones, just the modular building series, and there's a lot of good picks in here. We've got lots of minifigures spread throughout the streets of the city too. There's a more in-depth video solely on this on my YouTube channel if you want a more in-depth look, but I'm really happy with how all of the buildings complement each other. There's lots of cool Easter eggs with the minifigures, and I think it's just a very satisfying look to it, and it's very complete as it completes the entire shelf. There's no empty space here, and it blends in really nicely with my Harry Potter display, which is mainly just Diagon Alley and Gringotts Bank. We've got the house banners kind of in the background over there, and then right beneath Gringotts we've of course got the mines section of it on the shelf below, which I thought was a clever way to display this, and it was the only way I can actually display it as I don't have a shelf tall enough for it. And then we've got the Diagon Alley plaque as well as the Golden Ron Weasley, and then we've got a few random sets over here too. One of the new additions is not actually LEGO, it's this fake LEGO Breaking Bad RV that I got sent, so thank you again to the company that gave that to me. And then we've got some Ninjago minifigures in the background. And on the other side we've got Honeydukes and the Three Broomsticks over here, and then we've got the Hocus Pocus LEGO set, and it kind of blends us into our Halloween display, which has the Monster Fighters Haunted House, which is probably my favorite set on this shelf. And then we've also got the Stranger Things Upside Down, as well as the Brickheads, and then we also have the Ghostbusters Ecto 1. And then below this shelf, we have some more of my LEGO Idea sets. We've got the Yellow Submarine, and we've got the Creator T2 Camper Van, which is another cool set. We've got the Beatles Lunchbox, as well as the Home Alone set from LEGO Ideas. And then we have the LEGO Icons Medieval Marketplace, or I think it's the Town Square of the Marketplace, but really fun set. And then that is of course accompanied by the massive Lion Knight's Castle. And then we've got the two gifts with purchases. We've got the Forest Hideout and Magisto's Workshop. And then this kind of brings us over to my desk area, which changed a little bit this month actually. I kind of rotated this around, and we've also got the Star Wars Empire Strikes Back poster over here, but the big difference over here is the desk is now facing forward instead of facing to the side, so I was able to fit more in here, and I think it just really was a better display choice. Then we've of course got my minifigure shadow boxes, as well as my Funko Pops on that top shelf over here too. So we've got 4 in total, 2 for Marvel and 2 for DC. The first one is just most of the Marvel superheroes. The second one are some of my Marvel villain minifigures, and then of course it's the same with the DC minifigures. We've got the DC heroes, and then all the way to the side we've got the DC villains. And then of course, like you all have seen before, these are able to light up, which looks pretty cool. I don't really light them up as much as I should. And then we've also got Ruby kind of vibing on my blanket here, which I thought was kind of funny. But anyway, that'll bring us to the next section, which is actually brand new, which is this little nightstand that I used to have and use as a nightstand, but now it's a LEGO shelf. And we've got the LEGO Droids on there, as well as the sitcom sets, and then we've got my mic set up, and then down here below my desk we've got my LEGO pieces, as well as my LEGO minifigure bins. You can see the very bottom one has just some random Star Wars minifigures here and there. The top one, or I guess the middle one, has the Marvel superhero minifigures, and then the very top has all of my extra DC minifigures, which is actually quite a bit in all of those bins. So I'd like to display those, but oh well. And then we now move into the next part of my LEGO collection. We've got the Nintendo art, and then over here we've got the superhero stuff, which is pretty cool. And this top shelf is the Guardians of the Galaxy display. I think last month in June, it's either May or June, I'm pretty sure it was June though, I added the I Am Groot set to this, and I thought that really complemented the display, and kind of finished it up. It's now 100% complete. There's not really a lot of space over here. We've got the more UCS style Lego Marvel sets off to the right here, which is probably my favorite part of the shelf. I really like that Hulkbuster as well as the Black Panther bust, which is now retired, and honestly an underrated set. I got it on sale last year and I'm really happy with it. And then we've also got my Lego CMF display, and then that's next to my Jim Lee Batman art mosaic, and then below this we have the 1989 Batwing, which I think is another great retired Lego set. And then this is of course next to the Vincent van Gogh Starry Night set. And then a few changes. Over here we got a new nightstand from work, which is pretty cool. And over here we've got my new record player. And then we've also got this duck lamp. And then as we go down here, we're able to see my Lego Nintendo display, which I'm really happy with. Again, this is really full, so I don't know where I'll put the Legend of Zelda set once it comes out, but I do want to add that to this. And then over here we've now got my superhero bookshelf display, and first off we moved the 1989 Batman plaque up here for the Batwing, and then we've got Clayface, as well as a few other like smaller Lego Batman sets in front of the big Batcave shadow box that came out last June. And then we've also of course got the 1989 Batmobile over here with the minifigure and display plaque. And then below this we've got some more UCS Batman stuff. We've got the tumbler, both the UCS and minifig scale one, and then below this we've got some more of the classic Lego Batman 2 sets, and then at the very bottom we've got the Funhouse Escape as well as Arkham, and then we've also got some of the Batman 1 minifigures down there. And then towards the bottom we've got more Justice League based sets, and then the very bottom has my The Batman display as well as the classic TV series Batmobile. And then over here we've got some Marvel stuff like the CMFs and then the Quinjet as well as some of the mechs. And then above this we've got my Infinity War / Endgame display, which I think looks really cool, so I'm very happy with this shelf. And then above it we've got my X-Men shelf, which has a little bit of empty space, so I don't know what I'll do with that. And then we've of course got the Spider-Man shelf, which is one of my favorites, and then the Iron Man shelf at the very top. And then this kind of moves us into like the transition Star Wars area, I guess, over by my window, where first off on the bottom we have the Mos Eisley Cantina display, which I'm really happy with. It's more of a Tatooine display, as we've also got the Luke's Land Speeder and just a lot going on over here. And all the way to the right, what we added during May for May the 4th was the Mos Espa Pod Race diorama, which I think kind of completes that radiator display really well. And then above it, we've got one of my favorite shelves in the collection, RIP to the helmet series. We've got the Lego Star Wars helmets. I have every single one in the collection, so I'm really happy with this, and I think it looks really cool above the window. It's very grand. And then now we kind of move into the major part of the Lego Star Wars collection that I've actually been adding to a lot recently, especially in May with the UCS AT-AT. But first off, we've got the UCS gunship, which I actually did get about a year ago to this day. And then we've also got the UCS Venator, as well as the midi-scale ships. And then down here, we've got some of the Star Wars The Clone Wars starfighters and just a few other things like the ATTE and the turbo tank. And then we've got the Season 7 Clone Wars display down here. And then below it, we've got more of my dark side stuff with the Bounty Hunter gunship and Grievous as Starfighter, and then we've got the Sith Infiltrator, and then at the very bottom we've got my Star Wars Brickheads, which I just finished that display back in June. And then we've also got my AT-AT, the smaller one, and the big one, you can see its head poking out. And then we've also got some of the dioramas displayed here too, as well as Jabba's Palace. And then above here we've got the Sail Barge and the Slave One, as well as the old Desert Skiff. I won't get the new one most likely, but over here we've also got Moff Gideon's Star Cruiser, which I think looks pretty cool. And then we've also got 3 out of the 4 of my Star Wars mosaics that I've got over here. And then below it is of course the biggest Lego Star Wars set ever released, the UCS Millennium Falcon, which is to this day I think is still my favorite Lego set in the collection. Here's a closer look at the plaque. We've got the microfighter and the minifigures displayed by it too. And then of course underneath this is, I think, the second biggest. It's the Lego Star Wars UCS AT-AT, which is just such a phenomenal set. We've got the minifigures and the plaque down here, as well as a snow speeder too. And then here's a closer look at the Wampa Cave as well. So really happy with that display. This is the big UCS shelf over here. And then right next to it, we've got a Book of Boba Fett kind of display going on. And then we've got some more Mandalorian sets above it. And of course, the UCS Razor Crest, which is super underrated. Great Lego set I was able to get on sale. And that's the big, huge, impressive Star Wars display. Those are like the big three, in my opinion. And the Venator is also really good too, but it's just separated from the other ones just because of how big it is. But now we're going to get to the sets that are kind of above everything else on the wall shelf. And we've got a lot of Rebel Fleet ships, including like the Tantive 4 and the Ghost. And we've got the Y-Wing from, I think, 2012 is that one. And then we've also got Yavin 4 and some Ahsoka sets. And then we've got Vader's Castle. And this kind of moves us into my Imperial fleet. And then all the way to the right, we've got the Mandalorian fleet over here too, as well as my police station from when I was a kid, one of my most nostalgic Lego sets. And then here's the fourth Star Wars art with the not Boba Fett, but Bo-Katan. And then we've also got the Star Wars Empire Strikes Back poster down here, which of course is right below my Return of the Jedi display. So this has like the Ewok Village, which is the big highlight, and a couple other dioramas and stuff too. And then where the Bo-Katan art is, we've got my Ninjago display. We've got the Tranquil Garden, as well as Ninjago City Gardens and the markets, as well as the Great Wave over there in the background, and then the Dragonstone Shrine all the way to the left, which came out earlier in March. And then right below this, we've got another one of my fake Lego sets that I got sent for free, so thanks again. We've got Aang and Appa, as well as my 25th anniversary minifigures and the bonsai tree. And then we've also got my second minifigure display. We have one Harry Potter shadow box and then 3 Star Wars shadow boxes. This first one is mostly based off of the 3 prequel movies and some Clone Wars. Then we've got the Clone Wars, Bad Batch, and Rebels shadow box. And then finally, we've got the original trilogy display over here. And of course, like the other ones, these guys can also light up, which I don't really do enough. And below this, we've got my TV cabinet, which has the Office Lego set, as well as my Wii and my Switch. And then we've got my Amiibos, as well as my Wii games over here too. But that's the entire Lego collection. So that's one last quick, I guess, look at everything. So it's nice to kind of take in everything. And yeah, I'm excited to see how this will change. And I'd say the next coming years, but also just next month, kind of seeing which Lego sets I'll take out of the collection and bring to the new setup, which I'm really excited to show you guys in about a month now. We'll have a video posted of that when I'm all moved in, so I think that'll be really exciting. But we made some good memories and some good videos, I think, in this Lego room, so definitely let me know what your favorite part of the Lego collection was down in the comments. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you are new around here. But yeah, lots of great memories inside of this Lego room. It'll be sad to see it go, but I guess all things must pass eventually. So thanks for watching. We'll see y'all later.